Hello, World Typology welcomes you. December 8, 2020. What is typology? A new independent field? What is typology? There are many typologies for different existing subjects, but the word typology means finding a type or finding the fact. Some people have abilities to see real facts and classify such facts by their signs. Typology does not correct, study, or do experiments. Therefore, it does not belong to psychology by its nature. Unlike psychology, the typology works with extramural research. What is typology? Detailed description. As an example, the typology captures the fact that one person prefers to create a sculpture of another person who is sitting in usual real pose. But some other people prefer to create a sculpture of Mickey Mouse instead of a real person. These two different facts tell us that the one person thinks about reality more than another. And this is the clue what is typology in general. As another example, one person grimaces without a reason. The psychologist may think that such person is naughty or inadequate, or that such person has some hidden purpose of behavior. Who knows? But the task of psychologist is to think about different ways of situation and analyze it. He also checks many variations of such phenomena and the reasons of it. And this is despite the presence of cyclic repetitions and signs of it. Therefore, it is not recommended for a psychologist to work in typology. This is because the typology accepts only the primary facts without analyzing, thinking, or learning them. You don't need to think a lot about the facts. Just accept them. What is typology exactly? All you need to do is just to see the facts and accept them as they are. The usual work of psychologist is connected with the fact that he sticks to continuous analysis of changeable things. Therefore, each psychologist works with some tasks where he or she uses a constant analysis. In this case, there is no need to make any final conclusion or decision in such work. But a typologist sees the fact and he draws a conclusion about when a person is grimaces. That means that such person doesn't like some facts. Typology do not exaggerate. And the task of typology is not only to find the types and signs. Each typologist also should count, remember, and classify such things and facts. Moreover, typology has ability to know what are the false facts and real ones. By the way, there is a small typology in each science that has connection with other typologies and with so-called central typology. Central typology is a huge area with facts that have connections with different sciences and disciplines. The person who records any facts most of his working time can be considered a typologist. For example, the scientist in genetics found some new genes and gives some new names to those genes. What is typology in such action? It is a genetical typology. But this scientist will remain the geneticist because there is no logical need to call him geneticist typologist. And this is due to the fact that such specialist spends most of his working time to study the genes, but not to their typing or classification. Each psychologist may notice when some people have a strange behavior, and this is the psychological typology. Accountant can get new amount from his calculation, and this may also refer to accounting typology, and so on. All specialists from different subjects and sciences by default are typologists. But again, we assume that there is no need to call them psychologist, typologist, and so on. Only typologist who doesn't have any other job creates typology from facts in environment. He sees these facts during the whole day. What exactly he does? He sees the facts, he counts them, he remembers these facts and also does the same with the facts that other typologists found. And finally, he classifies all these facts. By the way, his job is also to check whether these facts are conscious or were created in a forced form. His task is also to know the difference between innate and changeable, or temporary and chronic. How can he do that? For example, he noticed that 10 children have some similarities in their behavior and tastes. After 5 years, their tastes and behavior didn't change. That means that he found stable facts. If the number of facts haven't changed after the conclusion, that means that such conclusions are right. Remember that typology is the act of accepting the facts and classification of such facts. A typologist is a person who works with the primary facts. He also looks for the new facts or the facts that come next after the primary facts. These facts that come after the primary facts should be logically related to primary facts. Therefore, typology has close connection with logic. So we can say that typology is an area that leads to the creation of other subjects and science and not vice versa. And of course, typology has connections with already existing subjects. All ancient typologists noticed primary facts and with the help of logic created new sciences and inventions. How do they do that? Each typologist finds the fact only with the help of eyes or other senses. Even children are typologists from their birth. They study new facts that were previously unknown for them. But who is against the typology? We must say that there are personality types who belong to so-called thinking types. Such people cannot see and understand the real facts. They prefer to live in a fantasy world of thoughts instead. They are not good as typologists, but can be good in other fields. Thus, typology is the area where preliminary and primary recorded facts fall into. If an interconnected system has not been built from these facts, then they subsequently remain unnoticed or poorly studied facts. In the event that a logical interconnected system has been successfully built from different facts that can be logically connected and belong to different areas, this indicates the emergence of a new working discipline. Thank you for your listening.